Jimmy was a stray dog who lived on the mean streets of Bangalore. He was brown in color with black spots all over. He was a dog who thoroughly enjoyed his life. He would roam around all day, looking at the wondrous things these humans were doing, be it driving around in cars, bikes, or getting on buses. His most favorite pastime was sitting in front of shops or bakeries and looking at all the food being prepared and kept. He slept on a skywalk, which, in his opinion, was the biggest luxury a stray dog could have. Sometimes, a security guard would shoo him away from there, so on those days, he would sleep in front of a temple nearby. Each day, as he woke up, many people would be walking on the skywalk, and one of these people, a man wearing a tie, would give Jimmy a whole packet of marigold biscuits. This was Jimmy's breakfast. He would finish eating the biscuits and come down the skywalk, where many college students would pet him and take pictures of him. This always made him feel very special. Then, he would start his routine of roaming around, sitting in front of shops and picking fights with other stray dogs. Every day in the morning, he would see pedigree dogs walking with their owners. They were all very beautiful too. Some of them had rich golden hair. Some of them looked big and strong with ears that were always erect, and some of them, Jimmy's favorite, had no tails. The ones with no tails always made Jimmy laugh. These pedigree dogs always winced at the sight of Jimmy and other stray dogs. They seemed to especially hate Jimmy because, unlike other stray dogs, he wasn't jealous of these pedigrees. He didn't look at them as his superiors. One day, as Jimmy walked with Raja, another stray dog whom he had fought and later befriended recently, he came across one of these pedigrees. This one was the type that had golden hair. Once they had passed him, Raja sighed.
"We are really unlucky, don't you think?"
said Raja.
What? Why do you think so?
Replied Jimmy, turning towards Raja.
Look at those pedigrees. They live such a royal life, while we just run around being chased away by people.
Replied Raja. Jimmy didn't say anything.
I hope we get rescued. That's our only hope of being like them.
Said Raja.
What does that mean?
Asked Jimmy.
Look, when someone who wants a dog picks one of us up from the street instead of buying a pedigree, it's called rescuing.
Oh, you mean someone would just pick us up and take us to their home and keep us like they keep those pedigrees?
Yeah. Well, that's not how it usually works. A guy comes around in a big truck sometimes, and whatever stray dogs are in that area get picked up. They are the lucky ones. They get taught special tricks and get trained by this man so that they can impress the people who want to take these dogs home.
Lucky ones? Wouldn't you want to just be free and roam around instead of being taught funny tricks so that people can lock you up in their homes?
Asked Jimmy, rather confused.
What a silly simpleton you are. You need to be of value in this world. Instead of learning new things and serving as a companion to dogs' best friends, you want to roam around, being smelly and lead an absolutely meaningless life? What can I tell you? There is such a thing as purpose in life. You need to become aware of that.
Barked Raja and walked away frowning. This conversation had turned Jimmy's world upside down in 1 minute. Had he wasted his life so far just wandering around and looking at bakeries? Was he supposed to be of use to these humans? So, were these pedigrees actually superior to him? He had trouble sleeping that night. The next day, he woke up and sat waiting for the man with the biscuits. The man came as usual, and after he laid down the biscuits for Jimmy, Jimmy started feeling uneasy about eating it. He got these biscuits without earning them. Does this mean nobody expected anything of him? Was he a worthless dog? After a while of thinking, he ate up the biscuits and went down the skywalk. He saw the girls that usually took pictures of him, taking pictures of a pedigree puppy. This made his heart skip a beat with a kind of pain he had never felt in his life. jealousy. It truly felt horrible. Later, as he sat in front of a bakery staring at the food, he didn't feel the immense excitement and joy that he felt every day. He felt like a burden to the humans standing around him. One man threw a biscuit at Jimmy and it landed on the floor. Jimmy felt so offended at this that he walked away without eating it. He had never done something like that before. Just as he was walking back towards the skywalk, Raja came running towards Jimmy.
Jimmy, come follow me. You will not regret this.
Raja's tone sounded serious, so Jimmy followed him without a word. As they ran for about half a kilometer, Jimmy saw a big truck into which half a dozen stray dogs were being put. Jimmy stopped at this sight for a second.
What? Why did you stop? Jimmy, this is not the time for your silly games. Just shut up and come. You may never get this opportunity ever again,
growled Raja. Jimmy hesitantly followed Raja. As they got closer to the truck, a man wearing a cap saw them. He came to them with 2 small biscuits and 2 leashes. The 2 dogs were then put into separate cages inside the truck. As the truck was moving, Jimmy looked around nervously. Raja was in the cage next to his. He looked very excited and happy. Every other dog in the truck looked happy to Jimmy.
Relax, Jimmy. Everything will be fine,
said Raja. Jimmy put his head down and closed his eyes. He was awakened by the sound of the truck door opening. All the dogs were soon taken out, put into separate rooms with grilled walls inside a big building. Every room had multiple bowls in them for food and water. After some time, a woman came into Jimmy's room, put him on a leash, and took him outside. Here he was given a bath. This was definitely not a pleasant experience for Jimmy. Cold water was blasted at him from a pipe, and a strong, unpleasant-smelling substance was rubbed all over his body and cleansed off again with cold water. After his bath, he was put back in his room. All his natural scent had vanished. Now he was smelling like a mango tree. He hated this new smell of himself. It made him uncomfortable. The woman came back with a bag and poured something into one of his bowls and left. Jimmy went and sniffed at what had been poured. It had no smell at all. He tasted it, and it was tasteless and even hard to eat as it was so small in size. He ate 1/2 of the bowl and sat in a corner, waiting to see what would happen next. After a while, he saw Raja being taken out to the middle of the big building so that all the dogs could see him. He went closer to his gate to see what was happening. The man who had taken Raja out stood in front of Raja, pointed at Raja and yelled out a sharp, short sound. Nothing happened. He yelled again, still nothing. Raja just stood staring at the man with his head tilted. The man yelled a 3rd time, and this time he pushed Raja's buttocks down, so that Raja was now in a sitting position. Now the man gave him a treat. Raja wagged his tail. Jimmy turned away, went to a corner and lied down. This was definitely not a good idea.